Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome today to another of our Angel Spring Loving Miracles videos. And today I'm working specifically with the energies of Archangel Gabriel. And Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel are pretty much the two most important in the respect of angels of the Lord, energies, power. And we were talking about Archangel Gabriel because he came forward to the high priest, or um, patriarch known as Zachariah. And Zachariah was married to a woman named Elizabeth, and they were much older in their years, close to their 70s, when Archangel Gabriel came forward to say that God has pronounced that you will bring forward a son, and he will be named John, and that became John the Baptist. And then the same Archangel Gabriel came forward as the angel of the Lord to pronounce to Virgin Mary how she is going to bring forward the Son of God and to name him Jesus. And Mary was the cousin to Elizabeth, the wife of Zachariah. So that made also John the Baptist and Jesus cousins, second cousins, okay? And I'm bringing that forward because in the last video I was showing how the tree of Abraham all started with Adam, and Noah's in here as well, and the patriarch of Abraham came over through as well, and to bring forward how the house of David all comes from this lineage as well, the house of David. And the David was a shepherd's boy who God chose for him to fight the giant Goliath, and with God by his side, David became King David, and he was the second king of Israel, and the third king of Israel became his son Solomon, King Solomon, and King Solomon, who was the one who built the temple in Jerusalem, which housed the house of the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, and supposedly that temple's all made in gold, but the Babylonians came in, and we'll talk more about that down the road in 500 BC, and sort of tore that temple down. But we're going to talk more about that. But what I'm trying to say is that Jesus was supposed to be born in Israel, in Jerusalem, even though he's born Nazareth in the respect of Bethlehem, but all within Jerusalem and Israel. Okay. And so we're going to talk more about that. But I have my dictionary of angels here, and I do want to highlight a little bit about Archangel Gabriel for a moment, because it shows the power of these angels, archangels, these angels of the Lord. And he also is one with Michael as the top two. It reads here in this book. Okay, so first I want to show you two images. That's how much he is well recognized also. Okay, so here we have this first image in this book, okay? And I'll just hold it here for you can see. But it says here, Gabriel, pictured in the Annunciation by Melozzo da Forlì. He was born in 1438 and died in 1494, okay? Reproduced from the Regame in Anges, okay? So now we have Gabriel here. And Gabriel is in 1, 2, 3. Usually these little angels you can see in this, they have kind of 1 or 2 or 3, a paragraph. This is 2, 3 pages. So I'm not going to read everything, but I do want to show before I start reading. I'm sure all of you are familiar with Leonardo da Vinci, right? The Mona Lisa. And here, Leonardo da Vinci's conception of Gabriel, a detail from the Annunciation in the Uffizi Gallery in Florence, reproduced from Regame and Anges, if I'm pronouncing that all correct. But you can see, okay, this is how, even in the ancient times or hundreds of years ago, they adored this angel. But let me just read a little bit about him, because my theme is about joy and fulfillment, which he's about that. about bringing success to ourselves. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. That's why my theme is for Archangel Gabriel now. And mainly we've been talking about, and then, the Virgin Mary being told by this angel also that her cousin in her 70s told she's going to have a child as well. And John the Baptist and Jesus together. Jesus, that's when it all began. His his being a prophet when John the Baptist baptized him. But mainly, we want to talk about these archangels because we have a lot of phantom forces on this earth right now, even in the USA, in the respect to what's going on here in Virginia. And we have to pray with them because the only ones who can take out these phantom forces, whether you call them demonic or not, are these angels. Okay, and that's why I'm bringing these angels forward because I believe in angels since a little girl. And as a little girl, I've been telling many on my channel that I also have had the phantom forces come from me. Even in this own house, I've had SHIT happen here. So but we want to call it the balance. But for us to defeat them, we have to be strong with God for source. Okay, white light, bright light. Okay, so I'm just going to read a little bit, not everything here. Okay, so Gabriel is known as God is my strength in quotes. Gabriel stands for God is my strength, and I think we should all believe in that. Okay, I truly do, especially now. Okay, Gabriel, God is my strength, one of the two highest ranking angels in Judeo Christian and Mohammedan religious lore. He is the angel of annunciation, resurrection, mercy, vengeance, death, and revelation. Apart from Archangel Michael, he is the only angel mentioned by name in the Old Testament, unless we include among the Old Testament the book of Tobit, Tobit. I'm not familiar with that. I apologize. He is usually considered apocryphal, in which case Raphael, who's another healing angel, Gabriel is another healing angel, who appears there, becomes the third named angel in Scripture. Gabriel presides over paradise, capital P, paradise, and although he's the ruling prince of the first heaven, he is said to sit on the left-hand side of God, whose dwelling is popularly believed to be the seventh heaven or the 10th heaven. Muhammad claimed it was Gabriel, and Gabriel was spelled Gibril, Jibril in Islamic, of the, in quotes, 140 pairs of wings who dictated to him the Quran, surah by surah. To the Mohammedans, Gabriel is the spirit of truth. In Jewish legend, it was Gabriel who dealt death and destruction to the sinful cities of the plain, Sodom and Gomorrah among them. And it was Gabriel who, according to the Talmud, Sanhedrin, smote Sennacherib's host with a sharpened scythe, which had been ready since creation. Well, what I'm trying to say here is you can see Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel all in the, Islamic view in the Hebrew Bible. And now we have this Christian Bible, okay? Because remember, Jesus born a Jew, and the Bible didn't really exist, especially the Christian. Christianity didn't even exist until hundreds of years later that Jesus passed. But what I'm trying to share with this also is that angels have been before humans, okay? Angels are the ones who brought forward much wisdom, okay? Angels are God's beautiful ones, and why we have to respect and share shine with them. But why, and I speak about this, I have with these angel videos, why we're in war over religion, when you can see even they believe in the same angels, okay? So we have to get out of this ego, whatever it is, ego warring things, but let's just keep the supernatural here, okay? The supernatural. And these angels, they continue on and continue on. They do not pass to the soul. There are souls amongst us, okay? So let's just keep that well read in the respect. But I do want to read one more part here. Okay. So we already know that, in the Islams all love this Gabriel. They considered Mohammed, considered Gabriel with the Holy Ghost, and he also talked about the Holy Ghost that begets a Mary with child in the second instance. So you see, Gabriel who came in unto her and also informs her that she found favor with the Lord and would conceive in her womb. It's all written down, okay? Um, Babylonian legend, uh, Gabriel once fell into um, a disgrace for not obeying a command exactly given and remained for a while outside the heavenly curtain. During this period, the guardian angel of Persia acted as Gabriel's proxy. But see, what I'm trying to say with that too is like they knew all about the Jewish, the Islam, and the Christians came way later. Um, so it's just about the legend of Gabriel, the angel of the moon, who brings man the gift of hope. Okay, gift of hope. So that's, I just wanted to bring that a little bit through, that even in religious sectors, we're having wars, but let's bring these angels bring loving miracles. And I totally believe that that's what's going to happen. The supernatural is going to come through, where governments, religious sectors, it's no irony. I've said it before that, the Romans crucified Jesus, and then the Vatican's in Rome. There's something not righteous with that either, with all that esoteric wisdom they have. Okay. But Archangel Gabriel, definitely, he is one that we need to keep with, like Archangel Michael, top two. He's a healer. He speaks of meditation also, so please meditate every day. Either you're lying down, or you turn technology off to just sit in your yoga positions. Well, however you want to do it, walk in nature, just journal what you hear. Okay, journal what you hear. But he is the one that I believe is very powerful. And they say he's got like golden hair. In case you see angels, he's the one. Okay. All right, so let's see what the cards say about our Archangel Michael. Okay, so I have my little books here to come forward. And so let's pick a card. I have my Angels of Gods and Goddess, and then the Oracle of the Angels. I've liked how these two decks are working together. They really have. I can't deny it. So let's see what we're going to pick right now. Got my Lemurian crystal here. So we're going to, this comes from the Oracle of Angels by Mario Duguay. Okay. So let's see what, we select one card, and my friends, we don't have to have fear, but we really have to have love. That's it. Have love in our hearts. Call on your angels who you believe in, who you've worked with, or even if you are new to my channel and you're just seeking the truths of angels, do it lovingly. Oh, this card right here. This card right here. Okay, I'm going to stand it up tall right here. Okay? Okay. So we'll put this back down here. Oh, look at this. Bonus card came right in my hand. Oh, Lord. It's okay. Okay. So we have two cards coming through. I can feel like it's like an electricity, but they'll just pop in my hand. And I already know. What am I going to do? Stick it back in? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stick it back in. Okay, so let's just see. Can you see the table? Hold on. Let's bring this down a little bit more. See the table, okay? All right, so now we'll pick this up. Okay. All right. Yes, so much is going on, and we're going to have this solar eclipse coming here, which is going to be phenomenal, and the energies, are going to be wonderful. And for those of you who want to watch in the USA, you have to get a special pair of these, just like they're like paper goggles, but if you want to witness it, because that's why they're calling it, the American eclipse, solar eclipse, because the great American, because we're the only ones going to be able to see it. It's pretty awesome. I can't even see it here in Florida. It's going to be partial. I can only see 80% of it. But I am looking forward to being out there next Monday. I hope to do a video for it tomorrow, or we'll pick my 11 cards once we read these. How about that? Okay, so we'll pick them in a moment here. Yes, very powerful. Okay, and just know that these angels are very powerful. Okay, very, very powerful. Jesus is powerful. but he was like protected, you know, in the respect, because he's the Son of God. So he was, and even though, you know, he had to die, you know, literally Jesus came to earth on a mission, and his mission was, you know, to die on a cross so that they knew that, you know, he died for our sins, so people could be aware that when he arose again, he's alive. Okay, he's alive. And I believe that with all my heart. I believe all that. Because there's a spiritual warfare on this planet, my darling. It has been since millennia. Since the humans came forward. And it's a warfare between good and evil. And we know this beautiful soul, this beautiful one here, this supernatural beautiful one, has a beautiful soul. And but he's a warrior now, spiritual warrior. And and he's a king. He's a king of kings. So let's see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens. All right. So let's see. Now we received two. Which one was the first one? Okay. I think it was this one. Let's go for this one. Blessing. How beautiful. Ah, let's see the next one. Comfort. Oh, look how beautiful. See, I have not used this deck, so even these two images are new to me. Look at that. How loving. Blessings and comfort. Lovely. So let's get our little book here and see what it says. Blessing number 39. That's a good number. We got the threes going on. We got 39 and then 3. And threes are all about that creativity. All right. And even 3 plus 9 is 12. 2 plus 1 is 3. So here we have a good combo. 39, the blessing. Okay. I'll hold it like this so you can see better. The blessing. The light of God, the source of all creation, radiates through the universe, permeating everything in existence. The very same light that warms your skin on a sunny day exists inside your heart, and it connects you to everything in existence. Contemplate the significance of this for a moment and allow an awe-inspiring feeling of gratitude to flow over you. You are truly blessed. Okay, isn't that beautiful? And truly, you know, when you wake up in the morning, you want to have that attitude of gratitude, and you say your words of comfort or blessings or your prayers for those of you who have your special prayers. But this is how we wake up. We want to align with God, Father Source, Jesus, the beautiful ones, and these angels. Okay, and the mantra for this blessing card: the light in my heart is my connection to the divine source at the heart of creation. I am forever connected to everything in existence. Past, present, and future are one through me. Okay, that's pretty heavy. The light in my heart is my connection to the divine source at the heart of creation. I am forever connected to everything in the existence. Past, present, and future are one through me. Okay, very beautiful. And you can see the sun. Look at this, the sunlight in both these cards right there. Okay. So please, this eclipse coming in, and then it's in the sign of Leo, ruled by the sun. It's going to be Empress, Empress, and I pray that the supernaturals reveal themselves, because this is cosmic. This is a cosmic supernatural thing going to be happening, but we have scientists now to explain it to us. Okay. We have technology and science to explain it to us. I respect, but I just hope something comes through, like, you know, that the scientists go, dude, they don't get it. They can't get it, but maybe they will. You know, just like Einstein, he got the supernatural. He was into it. I talked about it in one of these angel readings. He was about metaphysics, and really in ancient times, actually, that's what it was about. You know. In ancient times, it was about alchemy, metaphysics. It wasn't really technology scientific. They just went with their gut feelings, their intuition, you know, the higher beings that be came through for them, because much of that is channeled. And Einstein said he channeled things too. And how these Hindus who this one, I forget his name, but he just was in the 19th century. He dreamed this grand Hindu goddess, another word I can't, uh, I think it began with an M. But anyway, young man channeled this mathematical equation that still exists today, and he said it came from, the beautiful ones. Okay, so the supernatural is real. It's only been in about, I'd say the last 50 years that people don't get it, but maybe something will happen. And that would be beautiful. Okay, so gotta wear the glasses. I wish my eyes could see supernaturally. Okay, comfort, loving, 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 loving card. Take comfort in the knowing that there is a divine presence in your life, guiding you at all times. You can see this angel right there looking up. Look up to this eclipse. Get those special goggles though, or it's not a goggle, it's just like a film, a special kind of, because it has to have a little eyelet there. You cannot put on a pair of sunglasses, I don't care how dark they are, and look up to the sun. You can't do that with this eclipse. You just shouldn't and can't. Okay, we never wear, look up to the sun for a long time, because this eclipse is going to last minutes, and then it's going to take a whole rotation of 2 or 3 hours. Okay, so please, for those of you who are into this, I'm looking forward to doing something special next Monday. Okay, take comfort in the knowing that there is a divine presence in your life, guiding you at all times. There is no need to fear. Trust in the guidance of your angelic helpers and surrender your worries to them. Know that everything will work out exactly how it is meant to for the greater good. And the mantra, I release my fear, for a divine presence comforts me. In trust, I surrender myself to this presence. I let go of all worries and choose to relax. Well-being surrounds me, and I am comforted by the knowledge that I am never alone. Okay, so let's read this one mantra again. I release my fear, for a divine presence comforts me. In trust, I surrender myself to this presence. I let go of all worries and choose to relax. Well-being surrounds me, and I am comforted by the knowledge that I am never alone. Okay, never alone. Look at this 3. It's on page 18. Okay, 1 8, another 9. Fabulous. How wonderful. Just relax. We're going to relax. Okay, work with your angels or divine guidance. However, if your guardian angels of your grandma, your grandfather, a puppy doggy you loved and now is in heaven, they're going to greet us when we get there. Trust that. Okay, trust in all the beautiful ones. Angel of pleasure. Oh la la. Take pleasure in the things you do. Okay, there you go. Now again, I'm not familiar with these decks. That's how I like to do it. I don't want to know too much. I don't want to know too much. Angel of pleasure. Okay. All right. And you can see I've never written in this book. Never ever. This is all new. And I'm grateful. I really like these 2 combos that we've been working with for these angel bringing miracle blessings to us. Okay. Angels bring loving miracles. These blessings are truth. I believe in that. Because they've all been coming through delightful in my home. I feel so much more not only protected, but I feel like even my kitty cats are, they're running around like playing and playing with each other. That hasn't happened in that condo, never. And I feel like it's more loving vibe now. I do. Angel of pleasure. Take pleasure in the things you do. The message for you today is to start to take pleasure in all the things you do. It's not all about hard work, achievement, and performance. What is important is that you make the most of every moment in your life. Start to do more things that bring you pleasure and that bring pleasure to those you love. Work, study, and play with. Okay, let's read that again. Start to do more things that bring you pleasure and that, I think it meant to say brings. It says bring, but I think it meant to be tied to brings pleasure to those you love, work, study, and play with. Try it. You may be surprised to find that when things become pleasurable, you accomplish more with less stress and effort. Beautiful. Take pleasure in the things you do. Okay. Take pleasure in the things you do. So we're going to consider that. Yes, we are. And she looks lovely. She's got the fishies jumping from the water. She's got the full moon there. Look at this. We were talking about this eclipse when the moon literally blocks out the sun for 2 or 3 minutes. I'm saying it's so powerful. And you can see she's got a beautiful star on her forehead. You see her crown. She's got a star there. This is lovely. And she's got 4 wings. You know, they were saying about Archangel Gabriel, he's got many wings. And the full moon is right there. Even though this is a new moon coming, but the moon is literally going to block out the sun. We got these fish. Beautiful. Again, a card I've never seen. Okay, so let's pick an 1111 card and see what comes through. And then I'll close with this meditation. I have the meditation right here that I've selected. And I'm working with this meditation. I think this was going to be apropos. This is called, oh, did I? I'm sure I, hold on a minute. It's the last meditation. The Angel of Success. Here it is. Okay. All right. The Angel of Success. I got it now. Because I wanted that one. Okay. So let's pick the 1111. And here we have on top, we already read this one, the last reading. I am the light and the sun of the golden day, the sun, the new day. Okay. So make sure. And I can't look at these cards because I know them very well. So I want to turn my head. And we'll see what comes through. A 2 in my hand. Okay, 2 in my hand. Oh boy. Okay, now this is okay. This card is very powerful. But let me read this one first, and I'll tell you why this is powerful. Okay, the violet light. Oh my Lord, look at this. Wow, they came both in my hand. Okay, now the 1111 cards are very powerful. Okay, it's about the gateway of the 1111, and I'll read it again. This book is about a journey, the most important and exciting journey we shall ever take. It is our journey home. 1111 is our wake-up call. It is our map for the next 20 years. The 1111 is our bridge to ascension. It is our doorway home. And you can see all these people dressed in white, you know, being for the angelic realm. Okay. Her name's Solara. But literally, she wrote this back in 1992, I want to say it was. So, you know, it's been way past 20 years. That's why it's getting more exciting. 1992, copyright 1992 by Solara Antara Amara. Yes. This book is gratefully dedicated to all our starry family worldwide who opened the door of the 1111. Okay, so, and for those of you just brand new to my channel, I was married on, I saw 1111 all the time. I was married on 11/11/1989. Okay, let me read this one first, and then I'll explain why I wrote what I wrote here. Okay, violet light, healing. Okay, violet light, healing. I embrace the violet light. It permeates my being. Okay, I embrace the violet light. It permeates my being. And then this one, violet light, the doorway, higher dimensions. The doorway, higher dimensions. I open the door and step into a higher dimension. Okay, I step into the door and I open the door and step into a higher dimension. Okay, but you can see here with this door of violet light, back in the day, I wrote red sprites, blue jets, violet light of healing. Okay, so red sprites and blue jets were, the red sprites were the Fey realm. Okay, because so I've had a lot of Fey activity as well in all my houses. Not the condo, because I lived there 10 years up in the 4th floor, but in all my other houses, something very Fey realm happened. So I wrote them down. I embraced The red sprites is the Fey realm. But the blue jets were the angels. Angels. So this is pretty powerful that they both came out in my hand, and I'm grateful. So please, if you can on this eclipse weekend, well, it's going to happen on Monday the 21st, but if you can get outside, or even if you want to just meditate wherever you are, call on the earth, Fae realm, the powerful ones, the supernatural ones. You know, I'm not talking about Tinkerbell, okay? I'm talking about those supernatural ones they're very powerful. You know, that's why you can't mess with them either. They take no prisoners. But, and then pray with the violet light, the blue jets. And the blue jet happens to be Archangel Michael. Okay. That's what he is, totally all blue. Actually, I put something on my Facebook today about Archangel Michael and his blue light. Isn't that crazy good? So I got to do something special on that Monday, because obviously Archangel Michael came through, and the Fey realm, supernatural, came through, and nobody can mess with the Fey realm. There's nobody who can mess with that. They are mischievous, and they can get angry, but they teach us lessons, devoted lessons. Okay. All right, these two came out. How fabulous is that? Wonderful. Again, I embrace the violet light. It permeates my being. Archangel Michael. I open the door and step into a higher dimension. Archangel Michael and the Fey realm coming. I'm telling you. And to see the sun and this eclipse, and Luna's going to handle that. Our satellite, the moon. You can tell I get jacked up sometimes, people. I can't help it. That's all I'm saying. Because it's really, I love all this cosmic, supernatural. And again, you know, wouldn't it be fabulous? Well, I'm not going to say anything right now. I'm not going to give away what I want to hope for. Not right now. Okay, the angel of success. So I'm associating this with Archangel Gabriel. Meditation. There is only one self, capital O, capital L, one self throughout the infinite reaches of the universe. The selfhood of God, and I am an invisible part of that whole, W, capital W, whole. The I am that I am, and I keep saying it's all in caps because I think it's important. So the I am that I am is all in caps, is God knowing itself as God. It is God knowing itself as individual being. It is my individual being knowing itself as I am. I am the willpower of God to individualize. So just know every time I say I am, it's in all caps. You want to see all caps. I am. All that the universal presence of God has is mine. For God and the expressions of God cannot be separated. They are forever one. And therefore I live in the eternal now with the infinite all. And nothing is missing in my life. I am the power of God to have. There is only one mind, the mind of God, and no other mind exists. God's mind is the mind of my holy self, and my thoughts possess the authority of the mastermind I am. I think with the mind of Jesus Christ. There is only one life, ever leaping forward in spirals of new joy, beauty, and experiences. And look at this, leaping forward in spirals of new joy, beauty, and experiences. And this is eclipse is coming, and here we have the door of the violet light opening up, healing. We were just sharing how Archangel Gabriel is a healer, okay? I embrace the violet light. It permeates my being. I open the door and step into the higher dimension, okay? Higher dimension, violet light of healing. And also, you know, with that blue light, I said the blue jets, that's Archangel Michael all the way, okay? And the red sprites are these supernatural fae that hopefully they will even be affected by this eclipse and do something fabulous for us all. There is only one life, ever leaping forward in spirals of new joy, beauty, and experiences. That life is God's life. God's life is my life, pure, perfect, whole. In my divine sensitivity, I feel the rhythm of divine life pulsating through me. I am the fiery strength of God, the living force of vitality that goes forth with divine intention and authority. My creativity is capital L, love in action, and everything that I do is victorious. And we were talking about that in the last week, how we really want to have victory, and when we connect with um, the circumstances that God gives us, but we pray with God. We embrace the higher realm, whether that's Jesus for you, your angels, or your God power source force, uh, the Kuan Yin, the Buddha. It's all relevant to the whatever. And I don't like to use the word religious anymore, but whatever leader, a higher spirit force you believe in is what we want to bring forward. Okay. My creativity is love in action, and everything that I do is victorious. My divine power is the thought that I will, all in capital letters, I will, and every door swings open before that power. I have divine aspiration to fulfill my highest destiny, and with enthusiasm I move forward, forever illuminated by the higher vision. I see that which is mine to do, and I do it with ease, devotion, and gladness. And I am blessed with the treasures of heaven, for that is what I see. I see, all in capital letters. I walk in the footsteps of my capital S self, and my path is sure. My ideals have been formulated in the crucible of my mind and are forged in divine design in my heart. In joyful freedom I now follow my heart, for I have seen my destiny, and what I see, I know, all in capital letters. I know. I'm enjoying the fullness of unlimited success, for I am in my true place, doing what I love and loving what I do, for the good of all. I am the spirit of accomplishment, the force of achievement, and every activity of my life now reflects the ideals of victory, beauty, harmony, and abundance, for that is what I believe. Okay, so it's like our short mantra is I see, I know, I believe, because I am now existing and feeling wonderful moments to come with the divine that I'm aligning with. Okay, with the divine. Okay, and now this closes. This is the last of all these angel meditations. I chose this one for success because uh, Archangel Gabriel is also about joy and fulfillment. Okay, having joy and fulfillment. So meditate with him, but just know this. I'll just close this. Now I ask you to imagine that you are standing. This is the author asking us to do this. Okay. Now I ask you to imagine that you are standing behind a door, and on the other side of the door, look at this. We have a door right here. Look at this. Okay, see? We're combining these reads are coming together. I think all these little 3 books are coming together real nice for us. So here we have the door. I open the door and step into a higher dimension. So literally, this author is asking us, this is the end of his book. You can tell this is the end of his book, and he wants this to happen. Now I ask you to imagine that you're standing behind a door, and on the other side of the door is the divine conference room of your consciousness. In the center of the room is a large round table, and seated at the table are all the angels of the kingdom. And he calls all these angels, these 22 angels, the angels of the kingdom. The radiant rays of the sun self, look at that, the sun self, the violet light is right here. The radiant rays of the sun self, the living energies of the master mind, your casual powers. They have now taken recognizable form and have assembled in preparation for the first council of 22. The first council, he's talking about the 22 angels in his book. Okay, 22 angels. So now you have taken recognizable form and have assembled in preparation for the first council of 22 with you presiding. So it's like you've gone through this doorway. Okay, we just talked about the supernatural fey realm on this earth that you've grounded with, and now you pretty much working with the Archangel Michael deal, okay? Angel of everything, in my opinion. But we're talking about Archangel Gabriel as well. And now you are going to open the door. You are greeted with a standing ovation. And as you walk around the table, you are given a loving embrace by each one. Okay, by each one. There is much joy and gladness, for you have finally come home. And the angels are singing. You have, I have finally come home. And I've had this deck for many, many moons. Many, many years. It's beautiful. I open the door and step into a higher dimension. I embrace the violet light. It permeates my being. And all about this healing. And I totally believe this solar eclipse is going to do a healing that no one's going to understand except people like ourselves, people who embrace the supernatural. And I totally believe, I'm hoping that the supernatural comes through. I totally do. I hope that there's a moment of wonder and people are going to look up. We got to look up. You got to get those special, NASA can tell you where to get them. But it's very powerful. So please don't go out to see this eclipse without, just with your sunglasses. You have to get these special, and I hope I can get them. Supposedly they sell them in some grocery, or not grocery stores, but like Lowe's. I saw Lowe's has it. I have a Lowe's close to me, because a lot of places have already sold out. And I found that fascinating because it shows that people really want to pay attention to what's going on. I don't know if it's in a supernatural way, but you know, they want to know, because this won't happen again. Last time it happened 99 years ago. Last solar eclipse we had like this was in 1991, but in the sign of this Leo ruled by the sun is like crazy good. So to repeat, Jesus came on a mission to earth, and he had to die on a cross to teach the sinners. And that was one thing about John the Baptist. He even was beheaded as well for what he was doing. But his role was to bring sinners back to God. You see how God set them both up, even though he also too was, killed, beheaded, because that was his mission. Jesus' cousin's mission was to bring the sinners back to God. And then Jesus had to die to prove to them that he arose. And I totally believe he is here as a warrior. Nobody's going to tell me any different. And if for those of you who follow the Bible where do you think Jesus is today? Do you think he's alive? And if you believe he's alive, where do you think he is today? He's right here, right now. I can tell you that. So, and I'm grateful to be one. I'm grateful to be one with the White Light team. Love to all of you. When Jesus was risen, it was a miracle of God. Always remember that, my darling. Love to you all.